We're here at one of the largest pro-Palestine demonstrations in months. The streets of Berlin are full in front of the Reichstag behind me. Israel has launched a war which most experts say is completely against international law. And many of the people here have said that they think it's about distracting from Gaza. They don't want that to happen. So we're going to speak to them. We're going to also try and speak to the other side. Let's see if they will. And let's monitor the situation, as they say. So what are you doing out here today?
We're having a mass demonstration in support of Gaza to bring attention to what's happening in Gaza. And I think for the first time one feels that people are coming from all over Germany to be here in Berlin today. The turnout is fantastic. It's all to make the point that Germany is still complicit, not only complicit, but a partner in genocide. It remains the second largest supplier of weapons to Israel. It follows full political support, legal support. You had a CDU minister just 2 days ago saying that they would almost die for Israel.
My name is Iris Chefetz. I'm from the Jewish Voice for Just Peace in the Middle East.
You were arrested for a similar sign previously, multiple times.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because Germany wants to take out Jews who are non-Zionist out of these demonstrations. These pictures shouldn't be seen so that Germany can go on with the propaganda that these demonstrations are anti-Semitic, that people here are hostiles against Jews, which is of course false. And to intimidate people who are not acting according to this German narrative, and to control us and to control migrants. I mean, we are allowed to be here unless we claim our political rights.
And you've been demonstrating against Israel's actions in Gaza for a year and a half, active as an activist for longer. You've been in many of these places which the German media and politicians say are full of anti-Semites. Have you experienced anti-Semitism at any of these demonstrations?
Yes, from the police. I mean, I was actually persecuted. This sign, I'm carrying this sign because they took another sign from me already twice with the Star of David. I'm persecuted as a Jew by the state, not by people here. From people here, I never experienced any anti-Semitic thing or attack. On the contrary, actually, I mean, this is the place where I got the most love in the public place, I mean. So I never experienced something like that. But if you see the police, what the police is doing with us, it's a political persecution of people who are Jews, who think politically different. And this is anti-Semitism. Also the idea of selecting between Jews. Who is a good Jew who serves the German interest? I mean, the German state interest, and who is not?
Where's Carolina Preisler? We're hunting Carolina Preisler. Oh, until the last hostage. Got her. Hallo, Frau Preisler. Hallo, wir hatten noch nicht persönlich die Vergnügen. Könnte ich Ihnen ein paar Fragen stellen? Ganz höflich. Frau Preisler, ich dachte, Sie sind immer für Fragen offen. Sie sind hier, laut sich selbst, um mit den Menschen zu reden, um Aufmerksamkeit über die Geiseln zu bringen. Ich wollte fragen, die Geiselnfamilie wollen ein Ende dieses Krieges. Stellen Sie sich gegen die Wünsche der Geiselnfamilien. Frau Preisler, wollen Sie einen Waffenstillstand, so wie die Familien die Geiseln? Das ist eine ganz einfache Frage. Don't know why Carolina Preisler, so-called Germany's bravest demonstrator, is afraid of a few simple questions. Sie sind die mutigste Demonstrantin Deutschlands, sogenannte, und Sie würden nicht meine Frage beantworten. Ich verstehe das nicht, Frau Preisler. Das sind ganz professionelle Fragen. Frau Preisler, wenn Sie nicht mit Menschen reden wollen, sind Sie einfach hier für Ihre eigene Aufmerksamkeit?
Die wissen die Wahrheit, dass sie wirklich Unrecht haben. Was ist eigentlich wirklich, wenn ich an ihrer Stelle bin, werde ich einfach weggehen. Guck mal hier, einfach Tausenden von den Leuten, sie steht alleine hier.
Ja.
Das ist Frechheit, das ist einfach verschwinden.
Yeah, she's here on her own. I don't understand why Carolina Preisler won't answer a few simple questions. We've got the Brandenburger Tor, and on the other side of it, it's a few Israel flags waving. These are the people who go out every week to show their support for Israel, despite what everyone else thinks is happening in the world. So let's talk to them. I'm really interested what they have to say. And we've even got some Iranian Shah flags. No? Okay. We'll have to wait till this is finished anyway. Hey guys, you're following us around. Can I ask what that's about? Huh? I noticed you're following us around. Just wondering what that's about. So we've got some big guys who are trying to follow us around. I don't really understand what that's about. What's your name? So, you know, we're just filming here. We're journalists, wondering why you're coming up close to us. Ich bin hier als...
Bitte? Ja, ich bin die ganze Zeit sein Mikrofon nach. Ich habe jetzt schon das dritte Mal gesagt, dass Sie sich gerne...
Nee, er hat mich nicht gesagt. Ich habe gefragt, wer Sie sind.
Wir können nur zusammen singen, aber nicht zusammen sprechen.
Ja.
Okay, Sie möchten nicht interviewt werden? Genau. Okay, er möchte nicht interviewt werden. So,
Okay, hat er nicht gesagt. Er hat einfach nichts gesagt. Nee, haben Sie nicht gesagt.
Dann sage ich Ihnen das jetzt.
Ja, okay.
Dann machen wir das ganz
Ja.
einfach.
Für alle politische Gefangene, Mimichan!
Hi, would you be up for speaking to us about why you're here?
My English is not so.
Wir können es auch auf Deutsch machen, ja? Also an der anderen Seite der Brandenburger Tor gibt es so ungefähr Zehntausende Menschen, die gegen einen sogenannten Völkermord in Gaza protestieren. Was
Gegen
machen?
Israel demonstrieren.
Auch gegen Israels Angriff auf Iran, der Iran. Was sagen Sie dazu?
Die demonstrieren gegen Israel.
Und ja,
Das sind Antisemiten.
also ist es einfach antisemitisch gegen Israel zu demonstrieren?
Ja, das ist schon
einfach so.
ja,
Ja?
das ist schon antisemitisch.
Pauschal so
Ja.
gegen
Weil-
Israel zu demonstrieren ist antisemitisch.
Ja.
Okay.
Das ist antisemitisch.
Also in Israel selbst gehen viele tausende Menschen auf die Straßen gegen Netanyahu, gegen auch diesen Krieg, auch gegen sein Vorgehen in Gaza. Sind die auch Antisemiten?
Nein,
Okay.
das sind keine Antisemiten.
Okay. Aber die Juden, die jüdische Gruppen da, sind die auch Antisemiten, weil die gegen Israel demonstrieren?
Sie demonstrieren nicht gegen die israelische Regierung, sondern gegen Israel an sich, gegen Israel als Staat, gegen Israel als den einzigen Staat auf dieser Erde, der Juden schützt.
Also diese Juden an der anderen Seite sind Antisemiten für Sie.
Ja,
Und Sie sind kein Antisemit.
nee, das
Okay.
wäre ich nicht hier.
Was sagen Sie zu den Menschen, die vielleicht Familienmitglieder verloren haben durch Israels...
Familienmitglieder gefroren haben, weil die Geiseln immer noch in Haft sind. Die Geiseln müssen frei.
Okay. Auf jeder Kost.
Ja.
Würden Sie 1 Million Menschen für die Geiseln töten lassen?
Die vergleichen hier irgendwie Äpfel mit Birnen. Das bringt nichts.
Also um jeden Kost haben Sie gesagt, oder?
Das bringt nichts. Die vergleichen hier Äpfel mit Birnen.
Well, we've got some kind of an answer there. They've just started playing some really interesting music. It's giving it's giving 80s kind of action music to me. Also sie haben ein IDF-Shirt da. Also ganz viele Menschen würden in die letzte von der IDF getötet. Auch Menschen mit kann ich machen. I wouldn't call that belästigen, but
For me, the reason why I came to this protest, which I see as, I think it's an anti-fascist protest that's Iranian dissidents as well as, I guess, pro-Israel folks. I was just curious, I saw it online.
Do you think this is an anti-fascist demonstration? So in Israel's government, the second most powerful person, Smotrich, himself described himself as a fascist. So can you have an anti-fascist demonstration in solidarity with a country that elects a fascist government?
Well, it's a really important question in a broad sense when we're looking at democracies around the world. I'm from the United States. Here we have Germany, AfD is on the rise, so it's a broad question.
Let's say if Germany elected the AfD and people in other countries started to wave German flags in solidarity, I wouldn't call that an anti-fascist demonstration. Unlike a lot of demonstrations, this one is big enough that the police are leaving it alone. It's a hot summer day and people seem to be in a pretty good mood. So this is weird. The people who got up close and personal with us at the pro-Israel demonstration have actually been following us, it looks like, and even stepped on the cameraman's foot. So wonder who they're here with.
Viva
yeah, it's a very powerful protest for sure. There's a lot of people that pulled up. I'm sad that it had to come to this point, to such a horrendous escalation of the genocide and the starvation and attacks on Iran and Syria and Lebanon, that it takes so much for all of these people to pull up and actually take the streets of Berlin. But I am still very happy that so many actually showed up, and if any of you are here, I'm happy that you were.
What's your impression of today?
I mean, there's it's just amazing to see, you know, there's so many people on the streets. It just goes on to show, you know, that even you know, well into a year and a half of genocide, over a year and a half, that people are still mobilizing, and that this is not going away, that we're not going to stop pressuring Germany and the West more broadly to end complicity with the genocide.
This says politics must speak. Sarah, where are you? This is talking about Sarah Wagenknecht, who's the leader of the BSW, one of the only parties to call what's happening in Gaza a genocide, but has to be said, the party is pretty far away from the movement out on the streets. So the question is, Sarah, where are you? And you're Israeli yourself, aren't you?
I would say that I'm ex-Israeli and very importantly anti-Zionist.
Would you say this is the biggest demonstration for Palestine you've ever seen in Berlin?
Most likely. Well, let's start with the fact that I haven't seen the end of it, and that's already a very good sign. But, you know, we always want more.
And, you know, what do you say to the people who say, you know, Israel needs to be secure, it needs to bomb Iran, it needs to bomb Gaza, as an ex-Israeli yourself?
First of all, Israel has committed what is known as the war on hospitals, and which is directly targeting civilians. There is no justification for anything that could be called security nowadays. Targeting people, committing human crimes, shooting crimes against humanity, shooting against civilians, those have nothing to do with security at all. And seriously, Zionism in all of its forms, and certainly in all its state forms, need to be dismantled before any further damage is done to the region.
Pole sein, niemand muss Pole sein. Lieber von Polen geschlagen werden als Pole sein.
We've got some very anti-police rapping going on, and we just saw the police filming that. I wonder if it's illegal to say these words. Let's see. So it's unclear exactly what happened, but the police just charged the back of the Arabic bloc where all of the people were there in wheelchairs. It looked like there was a scuffle beforehand. They went in, someone appears to be unconscious, knocked out, and the whole demo appears to have stopped. It's been very peaceful so far. Who knows what happened, a scuffle, but the police came in. Dozens of them, as you can see there, pushing very aggressively.
Wir sind gerade stehen geblieben, weil die Polizei seit 2 Jahren andauernd unser Recht auf Protest einschränkt und uns dermaßen aggressiv attackiert. Jetzt stehen wir hier für eine... Shame on you!
Und der Weg zum Frieden ist radikal. Kurdistan, Anarchie, Partisan, chill im schwarzen Block. Jedes Bullenschwein ist eine Missgeburt. Hauen im rechten aus Horn auf die linke Tour. Klasse Kampf verhindern Intifada, Free Kongo, Free Kurdistan und Free Gaza.
Wer seid ihr und was macht ihr hier?
Ich bin Dahab Flex aus Frankfurt am Main. Das ist mein Ersin 62. Wir sind Rapper mit kurdischem Hintergrund, wir sind alevitische Kurden, unser ganzes Leben politisch aktiv und wir setzen uns für Ungerechtigkeit ein, egal auf welchem Teil der Erde sie passiert.
Warum war es wichtig, hier auf der Demo zu sein?
Damit wir mit unserer Musik es schaffen, so vielen Menschen wie möglich aufmerksam zu machen auf Probleme, die auf dieser Welt passieren. Ich denke, mit Musik kann man mehr Menschen erreichen, als wenn man nur eine Demonstration veranstaltet.
Dankeschön. Ich wollte einfach fragen, wie Sie den Demo bewerten würden.
Sie hatten in der Spitze 15.000 Teilnehmende gezählt.
15.000?
Genau, 15.000 Teilnehmende. Ja. Genau. Ja, zum größten Teil total friedlich. Also gemessen an der Anzahl der Teilnehmenden ist das schon friedlich gewesen bisher.
Dankeschön.
Weiterlaufen!
You're one of the organizers of this demonstration. How are you feeling about it today? Are you surprised?
I'm really happy that we needed this. We needed this because the protests are getting so small, the repression is getting so hard. The people are scared to go to the streets, to take the streets. However, we have to show that the streets belong to the Palestinians, belong to the rights, belong to justice. And that's the only thing we can show really in this repressive times we have.